Dropbear and Panda.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't play along. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Episode
48.
Dropbear and Panda save the world.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
Everyone shut off already. That was a great episode. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, I want to start this episode off really, really quick to say you look lovely.
Oh. Why? What do you want?
Nothing. I just...
Thank you. I'm still in my PJs.
Me too. I put them right side out now. Right side in. I put...
It's funny when you wake up and your pajamas are on inside out and you've got like tags sticking out the back and you're...
Yeah.
So you looked great this morning too.
That's stylish.
Yes.
It's like crisscross.
Only instead of backwards, it's inside out.
Yeah.
Super duper.
That's the way I roll. Anyway, what's going on?
Well, it's the first time we've seen the sun in 10 days.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really rainy yesterday.
6 years ago, we had a lot of flooding in Calgary.
true.
And now we have flooding in Cochrane and Airdrie.
Yeah.
So that's super.
Yeah.
Today is our 1 day of reprieve.
Yep. Look, it's sunny out. The birds are chirping.
I know. And then tomorrow, more apocalypse.
Well, because we're having a barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A barbecue we planned like 2 months ago.
Our bad.
Whoops. Sorry, world.
Yep.
Sorry, Calgary. Our fault. Well, if you don't want to listen to us, just put in some earplugs.
Oh, nicely done. Oh my God.
Oh, wait. You're not all elected officials. You're not children.
I'm beside myself. So for those that aren't in the know, we had an incident this week in the Alberta legislature.
We sure did.
Yeah. Why don't you bring us all up to
You want me to
speed?
bring it?
Yeah.
So our Alberta Premier, Jason Kenney, who is the lead of the head of the UCP.
Right. And that's the United Conservative Party.
Yeah. He is under scrutiny right now for handing out earplugs to members of his caucus during an all-night debate in the legislature on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
They were debating passing Bill 9, which is about a delay on wage talks for unionized workers who took pay freezes in the first year of their contracts.
Yeah.
And they're talking about wage rollbacks and delaying their contracts. And that's for teachers, nurses,
right. Your union.
lots of union workers,
Yeah.
and including me.
Yeah.
I am one of those people.
So just to get this straight, so it's a late night session to talk about this.
Yeah.
And the UCP decided that it wasn't worth listening to, so they decided to put in earplugs. Like every member of the UCP put in earplugs,
Yes. So
so they wouldn't have to listen to the discourse from their constituents.
yeah, well, not just from the constituents, but from the NDP. So the complaint was that the NDP whines and complains, which, on one hand, what politician from the from the other side doesn't? I mean, the PCs did when the NDP were in government.
Yeah.
The Liberals did. You know, it's
a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah. And everyone's a whiny baby. I'm not a fan of any politicians.
You're it. Quincy's! Any Quincy's? You're it, Quincy's. No, any Quincy's, no startsies. You can't do that. Can do. Cannot. Stamped it. Can't do. Double stamped it. No erases. Cannot. Triple stamped it. No erases. Tells Blue make it true. No. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lloyd. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. Lloyd! You guys! Enough! Hey. Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
But he didn't even do it in secret. He got up, giggling, in plain sight while the NDP was doing their thing.
Yeah.
Handed them out in plain sight, and they were really, really bright, super bright earplugs, so everyone could see what they were doing. And while
I'm sorry, that's disgusting.
While NDP MLA David Eggen was talking, he actually called them out, and then he said, I would ask for an answer from the members opposite, but I can't because I don't even know if they can hear me talking right now.
I find so when I mentioned constituents earlier, what I mean is that the people of Alberta, like they're talking about this for us, for you.
Yes.
Right? And to dismiss the people of Alberta and like it's so, I mean, not just irresponsible, that's disgusting.
It's disgusting and it's very disrespectful.
And shame on you, UCP. That's just fuck politics for a second. Like you have a job to do.
Yeah. If I did that at my job, I would be fired.
Yeah.
And
I hope he gets raked over the coals. UCP, I'm no fan of you guys anyways, but I was willing to be like, put differences aside and be like, let's just get this, machine running. Fuck you. This is terrible.
Well, and it's interesting because that's what Jason Kenney said when he got elected. Let's put our differences aside. Let's work together like adults.
Yeah.
And that is definitely not what he did.
Yeah. What is he? Is he grade 4?
And I don't know whether he was just trying to make a point by he said that he was trying to bring the UCP together in like this funny little thing.
By dividing the
and trying to make a point that the NDP are whiny little babies, which could be a thing, right? Maybe they are whiny little babies, but they're speaking on behalf of people who don't want wage freezes and don't want wage cutbacks. And they're talking
like
about
our teachers,
a shitload of people.
Nurses. Like, come on.
Yeah, and honestly, if the NDP put in earplugs when the UCP or the progressive conservatives or whoever they were talking about trying to get the pipeline through, oh my God, Alberta would have been up in arms.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, right? You're an elected official. This is not how you conduct business.
No, like it's not statesmanlike. It's not.
This is not how democracy is supposed to work.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, shame on you. That's bullshit.
Next time, use butt plugs because you guys are all assholes. Still my favorite quote that I made in the last couple days here.
Yeah, you can find that on your Instagram.
Yeah, so we're gonna post a couple links, and it's funny because Kenney apparently wanted to prohibit members from thumping on their desks because he said it was distracting and demeaning. So earplugs are okay, but thumping on your desks is not.
I thought that was like, I always thought that was kind of what they did in the legislature anyways. Like
yeah,
they always
that's
do
what
the
I thought
little,
too.
Which I always thought was dumb. But
so everyone's whiny babies.
Yeah.
Earplugs are new.
Oh, man.
But they're
so
trying
childish.
so what they're trying to do is delay it, the vote until November. But what they pointed out in this news article is November is when the federal is after the federal election. And they're anticipating that Trudeau is going to be out and Scheer, who's PC, is going to be in, where Kenney will get way more support for this kind of stuff. So the workers are expected to wait and have wage freezes, and their contracts are going to be null and void until then. Yeah. So interestingly enough, like, when you piss off a lot of union workers, and I'm in a union, there's good stuff about it, there's not good stuff about it. Yeah. You're basically forcing them or making them think that they might have to go on strike, and you don't want teachers and hospital workers to go on strike because they're pissed off.
I would like to see teachers and hospital workers get raises instead of freezes and reductions. I think that it's disgusting that, you're forced to work this way. Yeah, and I don't know a lot.
Teachers and nurses go through a lot of shit.
No, it's brutal, and it's such a needed thing. So anyway,
I'm mad.
Yeah, I'm mad
very
too.
Mad.
UCP, you guys, that was a huge disappointment.
Yeah, I always hope for the best, and I'm always disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird how that works.
There you go. I don't know. It was a little bit like, grade school.
Oh, I'm waiting for the or stop hitting yourself part of the Alberta politics to come in.
Yeah, great.
You know what we should do?
Know what?
We should make the next part of our podcast happy.
Well, that's a great idea.
By doing a sock jingle.
Oh my goodness. So we got now we've got a new sock jingle. It's the Dylan-esque folk ballad.
Oh my God.
As requested by Soundtrack to a Life.
Yay! He's a podcaster in town.
Yeah, he's a podcaster. And so Rob had to take an extra week, and we now know why. It is
because he's awesome.
It's 1:30.
Yep. He put his heart and soul into this. And he did actually, it's funny, he did actually mention that doing acoustic guitar, folk stuff, is a big change considering he's been doing
like
electronic stuff for so long. Yeah. So he had his work cut out for him.
So we would like to thank, obviously, the Friday Sock Company, who's just the best sponsor for putting up with us.
They have no choice. I mean, we love you so much.
And, of course, Rob Mitchelson. And check out his music at robmitchelson.com. He's got a couple albums for sale. And check out Soundtrack to a Life's podcast. You can just Google that.
And here we go.
Well, you can put whatever you like right into your Friday socks. Like a foot or a cobra or two cobras or all of your money. Well, the socks are ethically made, designed here in Canada. They're the favorite socks of Dropbear and Panda, honey. Well, the socks were all matched and then they went out a-gambling. And they got in a fight and all of them socks ended up swiped. So if you like socks that are mismatched and comfy as unicorn clouds, then go out and get some Friday socks for Cobra storage, honey.
Neither Dropbear and Panda nor their limited liability sponsor, the Friday Sock Company, recommend capturing or storing a cobra inside a pair of Friday socks. Cobras are wild animals and an important part of the ecosystem. Only a trained cobra handler should capture a cobra. If you are a cobra or are taking cobra reduction medication, please see your family physician before attacking an airplane full of Winnipeggers.
So good. So good.
Cobras.
Cobra socks. I would like to mention that we did send Chris some socks a couple weeks ago. We haven't heard that he's got them yet.
Yeah.
So I hope he did.
Yeah, Soundtrack to a Life.
Let us know that you got our socks.
Yeah, because he said that he had large feet. So I sent him...
He's a tall dude.
I sent some extra large socks.
The biggest ones we had.
The biggest ones. So
Sorry.
That's weird. Yeah, anyway, so let us know.
Speaking of animals and socks...
Yeah, cobras.
We had an interesting visitor.
Oh my goodness.
The other day.
Yeah, Jasmine.
Could have been
Could have been Jeff. We don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the other night, it was like 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night, and there's an explosion of like it was a magpie war in the front of the house. So I went out, and there's this little tiny bedraggled.
Bedraggled?
Yeah. Put
Is that a
upon.
word?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, scruffy and moist. Yeah, this poor.
Moist isn't the word I would use, but cool.
Well, it's scruffy and moist, and feathers poking out in the wrong places, and this little fledgling magpie was having a tough time of it. So we weren't sure whether it was getting stalked or attacked by a cat. There was like probably about 6 other magpies that were dive bombing it. It was mayhem.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. So I went out and I scooped little Jasmine up.
Took a while. She was not happy with you.
No.
First couple times.
Yeah, she did yell at me a couple times.
Do you have a magpie in your home? If you do, you are most fortunate. The magpie is the most charming bird in all the world. He is the best friend the farmer ever had. Treat him gently. Treat him kindly. And always remember, the magpie deserves your respect.
And anyway, so I brought Jasmine inside the house and settled her down.
Well, you did take her to the backyard.
Yeah.
But then the magpies disappeared, and you were like, "You're just gonna leave her here?"
Yeah, and she was like all
It's
in the
rainy and
dark.
cold and gross.
Yeah. So then I got her, brought her inside, and we tried feeding her some cat food. Mm-hmm. And she sat on my head and shit all over my shirt.
Dropbear and Panda shirt. That is.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, and then I ended up making a little nest out of a towel, and we watched some TV together. And then when I started getting a little tired, I took her down to the egg chamber and curled up with like a little nest blanket, a blanket nest, And Jasmine and I hung out all night together. I gave her water and fed her like cat food with a chopstick. And then we woke up the next morning. I put Jasmine out on the back planter box, and she started calling. Suddenly, bam, her parent showed up. And
At least I hope that was her parents.
Stranger danger.
Exactly. Hey, little kid.
And she was able to sort of flop fly to this one branch, flop fly up another branch. So over the course of about an hour, she navigated from branch to fence to branch to tree to whatever, never to be seen again.
Yeah, super cute.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I got up and Dropbear here had this towel and he was holding it like a baby. And I was like, is there a magpie in the house? And he looks at me and he just nods yes. And then I go, do you need your phone? He looks at me and he nods. And then I'm like, do you need your laptop? And he nods. And then Jasmine starts going, and he goes, shh, shh, little Jasmine. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Aww.
And I will also mention that Newton was both curious and terrified. So scaredy cat and curious cat, all in the same.
Well, the magpies pick on him in the backyard.
Yeah, they pick on everybody in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the story of Jasmine.
Yeah, it was very adorable. We do have photos. We do have video as well. I don't know what we can necessarily post, but we might do some of that. Yeah, it was really
I'm
cute.
glad she was able to take off and be reunited with her family after a night living in a house in Kensington. What stories will she tell?
Oh my gosh. Well, the cool thing too is magpies are like crows and ravens where they remember their people.
Yeah.
And they remember the kindness and the assholeness of people as well. So maybe she'll come back.
Maybe.
We won't know it's her because we're not as smart as they are because all magpies to me look the same.
Wow, so magpieist.
Yeah. I am a magpie racist.
Yep.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
I am a big jerk.
Yep.
Yep. Speaking of jerks.
Yeah.
Iran.
Good segue.
And war.
Yeah. So, holy cow.
I'm not saying I don't,
Yeah.
you'll all know what I mean.
Yeah. So what we got out of the news was Iran shot down. Well, first of all, apparently Iran was driving boats into tankers.
Yes. Who are you going to believe?
We don't know.
You never know anymore.
Colbert said it best. We'll put a link.
Yeah. For all I know, the tankers didn't even exist in the first place. I don't know.
Right. Deep fake. Oh, Bill Hader doing a Arnold Schwarzenegger impression where he morphs into Arnold Schwarzenegger in the middle of the show. It is the weirdest, freakiest thing. If you want to look at deep fakes and what is now possible with free software available on the internet.
I want to move into a cave.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Far away.
Yeah. Anyway, so apparently Iran blew up a drone. They say it was in their airspace. The U.S. says it was in international airspace. The drone got...
The usual argument countries have all the time.
Yeah. So, it went kablooey. Then Trump apparently was going to send some fighter jets to blow some shit up.
He did send them out.
Yeah. And
they were in the air.
Then recalled them. When we found out, now we read this in the New York Times, of all places, that apparently he recalled them because he found out that there was going to be 150 people that were going to die. From what was reported in the New York Times is that he basically said, well, here's a unmanned airplane or drone, whichever one that is, and we're going to take 150 lives. That doesn't seem proportionate. So we're not going to do that. And I think that if it's true, that's certainly one of the best things I've ever heard a politician say.
I would agree with you.
And we're no fans, but that to me is exceptional.
Yeah. And we'll post the New York Times article. And it actually says that he really agonized over it. And for this to come out in the New York Times, like you said, they're no fans of Trump. So I am definitely inclined to believe this over a Fox News story.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's great. I mean,
do you know Do you know what kind of drone this was that was shot down? Okay, Google, what is an RQ-4A Global Hawk drone?
On the website time.com, they say, in technical terms, the drone that Iran shot down was a U.S. Navy Broad Area Maritime Surveillance Aircraft, which is a Navy version of the Air Force's high-flying RQ-4A Global Hawk. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
That didn't really tell me much.
Well, just that it's a maritime drone. Okay, anyway, so it got blown up. Had no people in it. Moving on. What else is happening in the world?
I don't know. You know what we should do? Every time Trump comes up on the TV,
Yeah.
we should turn our backlights to red.
Oh.
Speaking of backlights.
So I went a little crazy this week.
Just a little bit.
And I was at Best Buy.
Luke, you'll really appreciate this, Mr. Saber.
So, I was at Best Buy this week because that's where I get my Click and Grows, which is my urban farming thing. And I saw these colored lights because Luke Saber put like glow lights behind his TV.
Again, why? I don't know.
And I was just like, oh, that'd be super cool. So I asked like this helpful Best Buy guy, and he was just like, oh yeah, you just need to get this Philips Hue hub. And then you can buy these Philips lights and 16.7 million colors, the entire RGB spectrum. And so I've got lights behind the TV. I've got lights over at the Newton's drinking water. I've got lights in the bedroom. I've got lights going down to the egg chamber. And they're all controlled through our phone and our home app, our iHome app.
I don't know why. I don't get it.
Because you can say, hey, Siri, good morning.
Good morning. The scene is set.
The lights go around the TV and...
But why?
Because I can.
Okay. That is a reason.
Yeah. So we can set timers. So and we can set scenes. If you want to like go to sleep underwater, I can do that now.
So the funny thing is I had a rough day because the other day because Badger left. I was very sad and Mike was being very supportive. And so I sent him a text just saying, thank you for being you. And what I didn't realize at the time was Dropbear here was being the youiest he has ever youed before.
Thank you for being a friend.
By buying all these lights.
and setting up all these scenes so that when you came home.
So I came home. He's like, I've got a surprise for you. And I was like, oh, okay, fun. Then he sits me down. Then the TV starts glowing. And I was like,
what's happening?
I don't, what?
Yeah, then the bedroom changes color. And
then I was like, so you bought yourself a surprise?
It's the best thing ever.
I mean, it's super fun. At nighttime, it's pretty neat. I'm not a bells and whistles kind of person. I'll have to get used to it because it is kind of fun, like, you know, turning
Totally.
the TVs and houses different colors and stuff. So it's pretty cute. And Dropbear here is very excited.
It's Dropbear and Panda and Make More Creative's Studio of Destiny now in Technicolor.
Our neighborhood's going to start thinking we're just a big drug den.
Right?
Or a hooker's paradise.
So I had an idea that I'm gonna put one of these lights outside, and then when Skip the Dishes comes, we'll be like, look for the green light, or look for the purple light, or
yeah, but they never find us anyway.
You know, because they drive the wrong way because their GPS app is terrible.
Because usually we tell them to look for the door,
Yeah,
our colored door, but well, we used to have a red light.
yeah.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Which was also funny because that also is the red light district of Kensington.
The light that lasted the entire time I lived in that house until the day we moved out, and then it burned out.
So weird.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
And it was on 24 hours a day.
It was
for like 3 years.
Yeah. I think I turned it off a couple times, mostly by accident, just because I just hit the wrong switch. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so Philips Hue controlled through your smartphone or your iHome or your Google. I think I need a specific thing for the Google to control our house stuff.
I think it's going to be great when your oldest son comes to cat sit and you can like totally fuck with him.
Oh yeah,
while we're away.
Yeah. The whole house will start glowing green.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I mean, does he listen to this podcast?
Who knows? Yeah.
He'll find out.
Anyway.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm getting some new LEDs coming in so I'm basically going to outfit this entire place with those lights. It's hilarious.
Although, you know, if we change the TV to red when Trump's on the TV, it means we can't change it to red when we're watching Canada win the World Cup.
That's right. We'll have to change it when Trump is on to orange.
Perfect. That's perfect. I don't know why I didn't think of that. It's because you're smarter than me.
And apparently, so you can set these scenes, but you can also connect it so it'll listen to your music and it'll change based on the music. And you can do animations with it as well so when we're watching sports, like we always watch sports, you know, we could do like they do at the Saddle Dome with the flames that,
my God.
We can do that now.
So speaking of World Cup.
Yeah. So I was wrong.
Yeah.
I would just like to point that out.
Can you say that again?
I was wrong.
Who was right?
Yeah, Panda was right.
Panda was right.
Mostly right.
Panda was right.
You were a little more right than I was.
Panda was right. Panda was right.
Let me explain.
Panda was right.
So
Panda was right.
We both thought.
Sorry, who was right?
Panda.
Yeah.
We both thought that in Group E, Canada was going to come in first.
I really don't remember saying Canada was coming in first.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
I will take it.
It's true. Because we both said we were cheering for them to win. The bet was going to be that. But we both agreed that Canada was going to take first. But then I said that New Zealand was going to be second, Netherlands third, and Cameroon fourth.
Oh, Michael.
And you rightfully said Netherlands is going to be tough to beat.
Yes.
The people here claim if you stand on a chair, you can see all across their country. This is the best of the Netherlands.
I was right.
You were right.
I can't believe I didn't bet money on it.
So in Group E, Netherlands is first, Canada is second, Cameroon is third, New Zealand is knocked out.
Yep.
So Cameroon may or may not be in the next round. Now
we did lose to the Netherlands on Thursday, which was a disappointment, but not a surprise, but a disappointment.
Yeah, I was really cheering for the Kiwis, though. I will tell you, I was like really rooting for them.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at Group A, so France and Norway are in for sure. Nigeria is a maybe. South Korea got knocked out. Group B, you're one of your favorite teams, Germany and Spain are in. China is a maybe. South Africa knocked out. Italy, Australia in. Brazil maybe. Jamaica knocked out. What? Group D, England, yay! Japan is in. Argentina maybe. Scotland, no, they got knocked out.
No, surprise.
What you wished means shut up.
Group F, United States with a crazy goals for average thanks to Thailand. So US and Sweden are in. Chile maybe. Thailand got knocked out. Anyway, that's our sports update.
I don't know the TV schedule yet, though.
Oh,
because I failed and did not plan this far ahead.
Well, I've got this little iPad thing here, so it looks like we're
Germany and Nigeria are playing right now. This is Saturday.
Norway and Australia playing at 1 p.m. When this gets released, it'll be England and Cameroon, then France and Brazil tomorrow.
Canada is playing Sweden on Monday, 1 p.m. Calgary time, which is mountain time.
Yeah, MST.
I will be at work again.
I will watch it.
God damn it.
Anyway, Germany is like crushing right now.
Yeah, Germany right now, by the time you listen to this podcast, we'll have won.
3-0
because the game is done.
We Germans aren't all smiles and sunshine. Oh, the Germans are mad at me. I'm so scared. Oh, the Germans. Uh-oh, the Germans are coming to get me.
Easy, guys.
Oh, don't let the Germans come after me.
Please stop the pretending you're
the
scared
Germans are
game.
coming after me.
Go, Germany. Ow! So these are my rules with World Cup.
Yep.
And if you guys listened to the podcast last year, you would know I root for specific teams, and then I usually also root for the underdog.
Yep.
So I'd root for Germany all the time.
Yep.
So I would be rooting for Germany right now, even though I would feel very bad for Nigeria because that's just sad. There are certain teams that I don't know anything about. So let's say Norway versus Australia. I might even flip a coin.
Yeah.
Or Michael and I, aka
pick
Dropbear,
one.
and I would just pick one over the other. I would root for Canada all the time over Sweden. Spain versus the United States. I would pick Spain because Spain. Because I love you, U.S., but I don't root for you. You're like the angry cousins down south that I just don't root for. Italy and China, I would totally root for China over Italy.
Interesting. I'm going to root for Italy.
The reason why I don't root for Italy, and I don't know much about the women's team, but I got so used to the men's team just diving all over the place all the time that I just got sick of them and vowed to never root for them again.
Yep. Okay.
Netherlands and Japan. You know, I do love the Netherlands, but I remember years ago where the Japanese women beat the Americans, and it was glorious.
And the World Cup for Japan! They have rewritten the history books in Germany. The first Asian champions. Their first attempt in a final. They were behind twice. They are delirious.
And the Japanese are also known for being very, very polite when they play, and they clean up their change rooms afterwards. So it's a toughie. Huh. So in England and Cameroon, that's tough because I always root for England. So France and Brazil, I would root for France.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to root for Brazil.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
I hopefully will remember this later, but.
We'll put it on our scorecard.
Yeah, and once games start getting more interesting, we'll make some bets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's coming.
What else is going on in the world? We've got a barbecue to plan tomorrow.
That's right.
That's how we're going to try to save the world.
Yeah, we're going to feed people with. We're going to feed them our apocalypse salad.
That's not going to feed everybody.
That's more than enough lettuce for burgers.
Well, for burgers, yeah.
And the basil. Totally enough for some caprices.
Well, when you say apocalypse salad, I was thinking like salad.
Oh, no. I think just like...
The problem is...
Condiments. Wait, condiments? Like, accoutrement.
Accoutrement. It's supposed to start thunderstorming again tomorrow. So it depends on how hard it rains, because you say you're going to barbecue no matter what, but you might just float away.
No, I'm going to put on like one of those umbrella hats.
But what about the meat?
I'll hold the umbrella over top. I'll have meat umbrellas.
Ron, can I have a burger? I'm hungry.
For the last time, no burgers yet. I've got ribs and I've got beef cheek.
Ron, where are my vegan soy patties?
Oh, I gave them to the kids. They love them. They're skipping them across the pond.
Okay. I got to clean the house and do all the barbecuing and all the stuff. Not all the barbecuing, all the shopping.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
That's how we've got the McLeans over.
Yep.
The McLeans family spread.
Yep. I would like to do a little garden update quickly at the end here. My peppers are really starting to grow now. Mm-hmm. But the weed, like the Northern Lights, it's taking over the living room. Was not quite sure how quickly it would grow.
That's why he got all these fancy lights. Just kidding.
Yeah,
it's not.
But it's quite something. So follow along. Maybe we'll put up some pictures on the Instagram to show you the Ho Chi Minh peppers and the habanero peppers and the paper lantern peppers.
Okay, Google, how hot are paper lantern peppers?
On the website pepperscale.com, they say, common habaneros have a Scoville heat range from 100,000 to 350,000 Scoville heat units. The hot paper lantern starts slightly higher at its floor and reaches a little higher at its ceiling.
Hey, how do you like it? Yeah, great pepper. Is this... Holy fuck. Is that as hot as you'll go? Woo! Everything is hotter in New York.
It is?
Okay, Google, how long does it take peppers to mature?
60 to 90 days. On the website burpee.com, they say, most sweet peppers mature in 60 to 90 days. Hot peppers can take up to 150 days.
There are different ways that you can support this podcast. You can listen to us on Radio Public, which is kind of cool.
Radio Public.
There's other ways that you can support our podcast. You could go, we've got a Patreon page, Panda.
What?
Yeah, and we've made it super simple. Right now, you just need to... Oh, don't do that with your hair. That's so weird. You can basically become a patron of the arts. God, you're weird. For $1. $1 a month. And that's just a way that you could say, hey, we support what you're doing. We'll help you pay for the next Sock Jingle. Or you're hosting on Libsyn. So, imagine if 1 million people, signed up for $1 a month. Think about the podcast you could get then.
We haven't actually done enough boosting of our Patreon.
No.
We haven't really done it at all.
No, and we need to figure out our levels and stuff like that too. But right now it's just $1.
Just $1?
It's only $1.
What else can you get for $1? Like 1 licorice?
Well, 4 licorice at Loose Moose Theater. You get 4 for $1.
Oh.
But those are gone pretty quick.
Yeah.
With $1 to Dropbear and Panda, you get 4 podcasts.
Whoa. Hang on. 4 podcasts.
Yeah, 4 for $1.
Holy shit.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yep. And we're also having a new logo developed.
Oh my God. It's so much fun.
So we're going to have some merch.
Woohoo.
So, the more patrons that we get, the more merch we can afford and stuff like that. So you can be a patron of the arts. Patreon.com/Dropbear and Panda. Check it out.
Dang.
Yeah.
So how are you going to save the world?
Barbecuing with an umbrella.
Barbecuing and feeding my family.
That's right. Feeding the McLeans.
My difficult, horrible family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, but we also get to get Beyond Meat burgers. I'm super excited about that.
Well, so half of my family is vegetarian. The other half is not.
Yeah.
I won't hold it against him. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how wonderful they are?
Mm.
They actually said you don't have to go out and do that. They're, Beyond Meat burgers are fairly expensive. We're okay with just normal.
I want to try one. I'm dying to try one of these things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. So, and I love vegetarian burgers. I mean, some of them are pretty bad, but some meat burgers are pretty bad too. So, I am happy to hunt those down and buy them for them.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that.
Hooray!
I've been Dropbear.
I've been Panda. Okay, Google, say, it's been fun knowing ya.
I can do some fun things. Just say the word and we can play Mad Libs or hear some random facts. Or you can discover your fortune from the crystal ball.
Okay, Google, what's our fortune?
1 fortune, coming right up. A stranger will come into your life with a bang.
We're going to get banged by a stranger?
Or we're going to get shot.
Oh, God.
Nice knowing you guys.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, the Friday Sock Company.
This podcast was recorded at the Dropbear and Panda Kensington studio.
Special thanks to Emery Cords for the kick-ass theme music.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you, Panda. Coming at you like a locomotive on a motherfucking bender. Yeah, tell my culture, now my chap, follow me. Yeah, with Michael Doggies, yeah, you can check it on the flow, yo. Check it flow, but you was quick, you can't pick my medical ranges, angles, tangles. You get tangled, twisted side effects, child should be. Can't compete with the owls that devour. Yeah, with the owls that devour, yeah. Yeah, the Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. It's like a locomotive filled with automatic chopper. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. It's like a locomotive filled with automatic chopper. Dropbear and Panda.